Good morning or good afternoon. My name is Laura Sofia Guzman Núñez, and I'm going to present my second submission of the project Adopt a Brand. My brand is Hershey's. So, taking into account that the behaviors that a consumer of Hershey could have, I think that the best persona who can represent this is Angelica Gonzalez Torres. She is 27 years old. She's a female. Her occupation is business management. Her education is postgrad. She lives in Mazarin, and her marital status is married. She's a young woman who had just married. She lived with her husband, her little baby, and her dog in an apartment in Mazarin. She works with her husband in their startup, which consists by making eco bags. On weekends, she likes to spend time with her family by doing funny and extreme activities. She likes to go to towns near them, or sometimes she just prefers to stay at home watching Netflix or preparing desserts. Since she was a child, her favorite movie was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because she loved the way in which chocolate was shown. And that is why she ate a lot of candies. And actually, her favorite movies are the ones of love and comedy. Her goals are to start a specialization, to expand their startup, to travel around the world, being the best mom ever. But the challenges for this is to save money and that the baby spend a lot of time. So in order to spend time with the baby, she can not have enough time for making her other things. The technology and applications that she prefers is iPhone, iPad, Candy Crush, and also HP computers. And what is important to her? For her, it's important to spend time with her family, with her friends, to enjoy grateful moments, to take into account the environment, to spend time with herself, but also to keep the sparkles with her husband by special moments and by little gifts. She appreciates the loyalty and the trust she has towards certain brands and the way in which brands can be traditional and innovative in the same way. Her favorite social channels are Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, First Mom Tips, and Channel Recipes. And her favorite brands are Apple, Volvo, Hershey's, Leonisa, and American Airlines. By this kind of persona, the idea is to represent the audience that have their own money to spend an elegant and simple chocolate bar because they want to keep alive that part of their childhood. But also the idea is to represent those consumers who have an extra motivation for consuming as their kids or love. Now the brand strategy is going to be answered by three questions: where, who, and how. In where, it's important to take into account the purpose, the values, and the vision. The purpose of the brand is making more moments of goodness. The vision is to make chocolate accessible to everyone. And the values are deliver because they want to make an impact every day in a smart decision, collaborate in order to build relationships globally and create strong partnerships, develop because they want to create a climate to allow themselves and others to perform their best, questions because they want to be intellectually curious, challenging assumption, and solving problems in meaning opportunities. The innovate, they want to have open the possibilities and size opportunities. And finally, inspire because they want to be catalyst for those who invite others to join with them in accomplish remarkable things. According to this, the actual strategy of the brand is to grow better for you. That is the name of the strategy. So by this, they want to create a chocolate category with its new and differentiated capabilities as reduced chocolate, as reduced sugar, organic and plant-based alternative, and continue to build its classy array of beloved products. Their strategy is to highlight directly to make that Hershey's chocolate more accessible to people, so that they are trying to give consumers happy moments of Hershey all around the world by helping children and communities. According to this, we can say that their strategy is going in order to the consumers to have that feeling of rely under their brand, so that they can know that their brand could understand their everyday needs. Now, in connection with the who, it's important to take into account the segments, attitudes, beliefs, and also the behaviors. And taking into account the persona, it is possible to say that the behavior of the consumers could be sophisticated, but who does not have the fear of eating what they want to eat. And also that keeps a part of their curiosity. That is why they are loyal to the catchy experience that a brand could give. It's important also to take into account that Hershey is a brand that pretend to be a brand from everyone. So no matter the status quo and the gender of a person, they offer a huge line of products in order to the consumer to get identified with one of them. For example, according to a study, 150 female over 84 males prefer Hershey Kisses, while 102 males over 98 female prefer Reese's. According to this, we can say that the who of the brand is for those peoples and for those consumers who want to have a new experience, who wants a brand that understands their everyday needs and every occasion or in every occasion or season, that can give them a high quality product and a great tasting candy, which is also accessible for everyone. Now, in order to respond the how, it is important to take into account the market, the goals, and the competitors. According to the first submission, the market, Hershey is one of the largest manufacturers of chocolate in North America. It is a brand that is present in several countries as United Arab Emirates, Philippines, Malaysia, South Korea, Japan, India, China, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and the United States. The goals of the brand is to share goodness. So the strategy aims to make a difference in the life of miles of people all around the world, from the West African farmers who grow the cacao used in their products to the people who works in their factory in the United States. Finally, the competitors. Hershey is a brand that is perceived for the consumer in which is a high quality, but its price is accessible from them. So it is nearest to the cheap part of the graphic of persuasion. Now, the answer of the how should be that the Hershey is creating catchy experience for the consumers that they can not have in any other brand. Also having constant innovation in their products, but keeping traditional. That is how they are going to make that there's that sense of loyalty and that sense that they could be the brand from everyone and for every moment. Finally, the overall recommendations and conclusions. First, we can conclude that the brand makes the perfect combination between quality and price in order to achieve their goals. Second, that Hershey is a brand that always takes into account their consumer in their products. The third one is that even though the brand has a lot of competitors, they use the strategy based on the fidelization of the consumers by catchy experience. And also, and finally, we can conclude that Hershey tries to be a brand from everyone who likes chocolate. That is why they constantly innovate in their products and have over 80 brands. And finally, as a recommendation, I recommend to the brand that the company should make more campaigns that help their consumers to understand their purpose. And by this, they could create a bigger sense of fidelization. Because if you see in different communication media, they does not show their importance, the importance that people are from them. They just show that they have a really good chocolate bar and a lot of products. So it will be important that the people understand how important is their consumer from the brand, so that they could love more Hershey's. And thank you. That's it.